demonstration in a field camp, I would straight away try and just build the circumstances around it. We all do it. Absolutely human and natural thing to do. The important thing that I'm trying to tell you now is to note when you're doing it and when you see it in your team. Okay, with these other strategies and this other theory based around that. So A, embrace the different zones. Perfectly natural to move back and forth along your comfort zones, fear, learning and growth zones. Move back and forth all the time, a whole range of different ways. But the worst thing you can do is just stay in one zone. So it's absolutely natural to move back and forth. You can get it's absolutely as dangerous to stay in the comfort zone too long as it is to stay in the growth zone too long. You start stumbling, you start making mistakes, you won't have the stability to foster that growth. The other part of it then becomes confronting the risks and understanding that inaction can often be as risky, if not riskier, than inaction. This is probably the best segue I've ever found to business. It's relevant to pharmaceuticals as it is to anything. If you stand still and you spend your life as a business or as an individual in your comfort zone, and your competitor spends one more minute outside that zone, in the fear zone and in the learning zone and the growth zone, you get left behind every day of the week. Inaction is as dangerous in the business sense in a whole range of different locations as it is getting outside your comfort zone, pushing the boundaries, embracing change, getting on with it, finding different ways, finding different technologies. Have to do it. And it's easier to sit there and you might be running your business in a nice safe town, it's all going to plan. If you sit in that comfort zone, you will not achieve success compared to your competitors. The other part of this is around building walls. We will build walls around our comfort zones in our daily lives and in your business life. Absolutely natural. The saying I came up with on this one is as simple as this. Never build a wall that you can't see over. And every time you build a wall, make sure it's got a good gate. So that you know how, okay, I've built my comfort zone, we've embraced this change, be it a new technology or a new model or a new process. You've embraced that and you've found a way to go, okay, that's not going to solve all of our problems. It never does. Change in industry or change in the world, there is never some silver bullet like, oh, once we get ESP 245, the new system that we're going to get to solve all our problems. So once we get cash chemist or whatever it is, once you've done that, it's not going to solve your problems, just create new ones. So building your comfort zone, build the wall low enough you can see over and build a gate so you can keep moving and keep growing and keep going forward. The final one, and hopefully this will speak to you well, is around human connection. For us as a group, we came up with a couple of different mantras. One of my favourite ones was this. Regardless of the circumstances that led to why we were in Antarctica and the Swiss cheese elements that had to line up to leave us stuck there for as long as we were, it became completely irrelevant why we were there. The important thing was we were. We'd all chosen to go down there on an Antarctic adventure, one way or another, and we certainly got it. The important part, and the way I closed every station meeting and the way I like to close these talks, is that no matter what happened to us, every day, every week, and every month, we were all in the same boat. Hopefully your boat doesn't catch fire on the way home, as it did for me, but it was an important part of understanding that human connection, people next to you, next to us at every meeting and every day. We're on the same journey, we're all in that same boat, the same fears and challenges. Thank you. That's me.
Mr. David Knight. We've got time for a couple of questions. We've got this fun little green box. I'm very good at throwing it. Who's got a question? Hand up, quickly. It's between you, me, and lunch. Lockie, well done. Hold on, Lachlan, stand up.